Good evening. Tony Rogers here. I'm the founder of Harlem Holistic Wellness Week and the president of One Wellness Group. And I have the pleasure of interviewing a good friend, a person who I've known for seems like a long time, but she received a treatment from me once at an event that we were doing, and then she came to the Peace Center and took a number of series of treatments, and we've been talking and doing things for maybe about a year, 2 years. And as more I start working in the wellness field, the more I find out the different things that this woman does. She's a school teacher by profession, but she's an astrologer. She does pranic healing. She has an interesting concept as relates to making crystal jewelry that helps to negate some of the electromagnetic energy that comes, especially with 5G. So she has necklaces and a number of things like that. And she also introduced me to My Daily Choice, a wonderful company that deals with all kinds of great natural products, CBD oils, hemp, and a number of other things. So we have partnered in that and a number of other things, but more importantly, she's one of the vendors for H2W 2020. And based on doing everything virtual, we're providing infomercials for our vendors. So please, we can't give a big hand for her, but you can do that in your rooms. I'm sure she'll feel it for Grafina Blake. How are you doing, Grafina?
I'm doing fine, Tony. How are you?
I'm good. I'm learning a new curve, this goes, I have in my book this thing that, you can teach old dogs new tricks. So this actually, this actually proves the fact that you can do that. But you are doing so many different things, and from some of the stories you tell me about, being a teacher in the public school system, I can understand why wellness is very important to you. But
Yes, it is.
but what inspired you besides, your own well-being to get into this type of business?
Well, I always like working with crystals. So I started my company, which is named after my daughter, Victoria Blake,
Mhm.
Global Collection, to create crystal jewelry. What I wanted to do was to give somebody a keepsake that was a part of the earth that they could keep forever. And I also believe that that crystals have a natural vibration and they emit, positive energy to you depending on what it is that you need.
Mhm.
Um, so that's how I actually started with wanting to introduce people to crystals.
So you started
My
your
information.
wellness practice using crystals.
Yes,
Hmm.
yes.
Making crystals, because
Um,
you make them yourself.
well, crystal jewelry. I don't make the crystals,
I mean, yeah.
but the crystal jewelry, yes.
But you have that godlike touch that you can do that stuff, so you never know. But the
Yeah.
jewelry, you make the jewelry. And then
Hmm.
astrology, how did you find yourself in that path?
Well, I had been studying astrology for over 20 years
Hmm.
with some pioneers in our community, Ben and Gail Armstead.
Hmm.
And I remember just being fascinated with just really learning more about myself and being introduced into the spiritual community.
Right.
Um, I've studied for 20 years, since I was I have to say in my early 20s, but I did not start doing readings until like 8 years ago,
Hmm.
at the International Arts Festival out in Brooklyn.
So that's where you
And
studied at the International Arts Festival. That's where you.
no, I studied with Gail at the Mart 125. I don't know if you remember
That goes
that.
back a little bit. Yeah.
Oh yeah, back in the day,
Uh,
they kind of like adopted me into their family,
yeah.
and I grew up with their children actually. in a sense, even though I was like already in my 20s
Right.
and they were, younger than me, but I've known them for so long. And I would always go and listen to the lectures and we would study the astrology. Um, I've led some classes in astrology as well.
Uh-huh.
But I remember Ben telling me, I can't teach you anymore. Gail can't teach you anymore. Now it's time for you to bridge that from what you understand to what you can intercept and perceive,
Uh-huh.
from the divine consciousness.
Uh-huh.
And nothing keeps us back but fear. But once I was able to overcome that fear,
Uh-huh.
everything just melded into place.
Well, I understand that, and I know that fear and doubt has been something that most people have been able, if they have not been able to overcome it, they never really they're not able to grow.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us, uh, are you looking to introduce? You have some new products. I know that you have the Shield. Talk a little bit about the Shield and Harlem. Um, Not Harlem. I always put Harlem in everything. Hemp Works, or my favorite.
My daily choice hemp works. Yes. So one of the things that I want to do for individuals is to really give them a complete package.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not just simply looking at, okay, we definitely want to look at your spiritual side, we want to look at your emotional side, but we also, in this crisis that we're in, want to look at your physical side.
Right.
And one of the greatest ways to be able to align yourself, mind, body, and spirit,
Mm-hmm.
is by raising your pH balance.
Mm-hmm. The
And
immune system.
the company in which that I am currently affiliated with, which is called HintWorks, offers a very good spray that helps to increase your pH balance.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called, I know it's probably going to look different there, the Shield.
Shield. It looks good. I hold it up all the time. It helped me tremendously. So.
I tell you, all you have to do is spray this underneath your tongue 6 times,
Mm-hmm.
wait about 30 seconds and swallow it. And it helps to compensate, and it helps to compensate all the other things that you're putting into your system. And it also gives you a boost of immunity and helps to raise your pH balance.
Mm-hmm.
Um, right now, in this COVID-19 crisis that we're in, the best thing that you could possibly do for yourself is to
Improve your immune system.
improve your immune system.
Mm-hmm. So,
Um,
so how can people reach you? What's your website? How do people find you if they're interested in the Shield? And also, Shield wasn't what brought you to the company. I think it was another of their oral sprays. Uh,
yes, the Trim 365, which is a weight loss spray. This is what has helped me lose about 10 to 12 pounds because all I'm doing is sitting at home cooking. I'm like, oh my goodness, television and cooking. And I'm like, oh, this is not going to work.
I hope it's
I need to
alkaline
get
food that you're eating to keep your body alkaline. But yeah, I mean, actually, when you talk to me, even though I've been working with CBD oils for a while, what attracted me was the Shield because I have allergic bronchitis, and usually around this time of year, I start wheezing or what have you, and I didn't want any confusion, with all of this other stuff. So I was real concerned as to what was going to happen. But since I used the Shield, I mean, actually, I feel better now than I was before the allergy season. So that's great. And plus, for the brain and for sleep and all of those other sprays. So I'm glad that you introduced me to that. And uh, I need to know though, for the listeners, how can they reach you? What's your
well,
website? What's your phone number? How can people get to you?
well, they can go onto my Facebook page,
Mm-hmm.
which is they can find me by my name, Grafina Blake.
And
Um,
spell that for people because what?
sure.
Mhm.
It's G like in George,
Mhm.
Riff like in Frank, INA.
Mhm.
Blake, Blake.
Uh-huh.
Um, I also have Victoria Blake Global Collection.
Right. And all
Um,
your products can be found on there, the things that
mhm.
you're doing? Mm.
And as far as the CBD oils and the shield, they can go to
Mhm.
mydailychoice.com/victory,
Mhm.
spelled with an I, BGC.
Okay. Victory spelled with an I. Maybe you should spell that so people won't be confused.
Okay, so it would be V like in Victor, IC,
Mhm.
TORI,
Mhm.
B like in boy, G like in girl, C like in cat.
Okay. So again, if you want to reach Grafina, and there's a whole host of things, she can do your astrology chart. She can, help you, especially with 5G coming on, help you to reduce some of the electromagnetic energy that's coming. She can help you with shields. She can give you hemp. She can give you CBD. So you're like a one-stop shop. Plus
Exactly,
ginseng. I know
exactly.
that I introduced you to ginseng, so you also have the Penix ginseng that you can offer
Yes, yes.
on chronic healing. So if you have any desire to explore any of those things, please again contact Grafina Blake. And for one more, tell us what your website is and your uh, Facebook page.
Okay. So you can find me on Facebook just by typing in my name, Grafina Blake. That's Griffina,
Mhm.
Blake, Blake. You can also find me at Victoria Blake Global Collection on Facebook. And you can also go to my website, mydailychoice.com/victorybgc, which is VICTORIBGC.
Well, thank you so much for the information. Thank you for being a great friend and and telling me where my plan is. So, matter of fact, you got to give me my updated chart too. So,
Yes. I definitely do. I definitely do.
I want to
You
know
know,
what's happening in this new age of Aquarius.
I definitely, I feel astrology is an excellent way to get to learn more about yourself, um, to know what talents and gifts that you came into this world with, and some of the things that you need to work on.
Yeah.
I'm actually talking to one of my daughter's friends because she reached out on Facebook and said that she was depressed and was had suicidal tendencies, and I was like, what's going on? And she actually knew her time of birth,
Mm-hmm.
which allows me to go deeper into her chart and try to help her navigate, try to
Well,
ease some of the tensions for her.
again, Grafina, I appreciate um, you. And we are now in the age of Aquarius with, all of these, you know, Pluto, Saturn, and Neptune coming together. So a lot more people may be looking for what does that mean for them in their charts, including mine. But thanks again. You'll be hearing more about Grafina, and thank you for being part of H2W 2020.
Thank you, Tony, for this opportunity.
Okay, no problem. I'll see you soon.
See you soon. Good night.
Good night.